Lamakaan was founded in 2010. Its founding vision was to create a hub for progressive cultural practices. Over the last 14 years, it has emerged as a sustainable model for creating diverse communities of practitioners in many fields. Lamakaan also proactively invites and supports several initiatives spanning from scientific organizations like the Lamakaan Amateur Radio Society to literary weeks of Bazme Tukhan. Over the last 1 year, Lamakaan produced as many as 382 events, of which we had 49 film screenings, including documentaries, 49 workshops, 72 plays, 18 exhibitions, 10 talks, 22 musical events, 43 discussions, 12 seminars, 25 meetings, 7 open mic nights and storytelling sessions, 6 dance performances, 8 book discussions, 1 dastan goi, 1 mushaira, 6 poetry sessions, 1 magic and mentalist shows, and 3 puppet shows. And today we are right now going to be having a wonderful fun quiz called Makaanix 101, a general quiz with Bala. S. Bala Krishna, Hyderabad's most celebrated quizzer, takes the stage to hold a quiz that spans history, literature, music and fun. But before I invite Bala to the table, I would like to
Lamakaan. My name is Basant Kumar Muduli. मैं 2 साल काम कर रहा हूँ लमाकान में. लमाकान एक ओपन कल्चरल प्लेस है. थैंक यू.
Thank you. Let's have S. Balakrishna back to the table. I would like to announce that please don't use your phones. He'll be very disappointed if you look for answers. Please, Balakrishna, come to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. The usual things, please write legibly. Write only one answer to a question. We will not choose between your multiple answers. Write answers only in the numbered order. So please don't write answer number 14 to question number 12 and things like that. Don't get that mixed up. Please follow the numbered order. We'll have to be fairly brisk because we have a finals to conduct. So please look at the visual. We'll try not to do a rerun of the slides. There are 5 questions that have starred thing. So those are for breaking ties. They get you additional points in case of a tie with another team. We'll count the number of starred answers that you have more than the others. I think that's about all. Yep, so all the best. The top 6 teams go into the final. So let's start with question number 1 coming up. This is a 10 Grammy winning singer who played Sean Parker in the film The Social Network. Now, Sean Parker, who is played by this singer, is a real-life pioneer of a music-related app. A music-related app. Just name the app. All you have to do is write the name of the app that Sean Parker founded. And he was played by this singer in the film. But you don't have to write the name of the singer. Okay, so that was question number 1. Question number 2 is, while Indonesia and India are among the world's leading coffee producers and exporters, which Asian country ranks number 2 after only Brazil in coffee? So if Brazil is number 1 in coffee, which everybody knows, which Asian country is number 2? And the answer is not India or Indonesia. Question number 3. This film, which you can see is Upkar, released in '67, was inspired by Lal Bahadur Shastri to embody the slogan of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, which celebrated the soldier as well as the farmer. Who won the inaugural, that's the first ever National Film Award for Best Male Playback for an evergreen super hit track in this film, Upkar. So just name the winner of the first National Film Award for Best Male Playback. This was in 1960. The film was released in 67, so the award must have been maybe 68. So yeah. Name the singer who sang in that film, an evergreen super hit track, thereby winning the National Film Award. That's question number 3. Please write the answer 3 and so on. Okay, question number 4. An open source microblogging app or site was launched in 2016 by developer Eugene Rochko from Germany. It evoked a lot of interest in 2022 and gained over 2 million active users during the time just after Elon Musk acquired Twitter. When Elon Musk acquired Twitter and people were, getting mixed feelings about Twitter, this app launched by this German guy gained a lot of users. So just name that app. The visual is a general clue. Question number 5 is, there's a book by Nicholas Pevsner, which he wrote in the early 40s, Outline of European Dash, in which he says a bicycle shed is a building, Lincoln Cathedral is a piece of dash. The term dash applies only to buildings designed with a view to aesthetic appeal. Just all these dashes have the same word. Just fill in the word which you think is best suited to the blank. A bicycle shed is a building. Lincoln Cathedral is a piece of dash. Question number 6. Please make sure your numbering is right on the answer sheet. Question number 6. The earliest forms, that's prior to 14th century, of this percussion instrument used to be made with clay. Its name is derived from Prakrit, for a side and musical instrument. It's an accompaniment for Drupad singing and dances such as Kathak or Odissi. Identify this instrument. You can see the picture. Yeah, so that's question number 6. Name that instrument. 7. Christopher Nolan based his recent film Oppenheimer on the biography American Dash, The Triumph and Tragedy of J. Robert Oppenheimer, by these two writers. The title, which is the blank part, refers to a hero in Greek mythology who brought fire from the heavens to give to mankind. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank with the name of a hero in Greek mythology who brought fire to the earth. And this is how Oppenheimer was referred. 8. You see a film poster here. Name this 2005 film that is said to have launched a wave of humor films in the city's local dialects in Hyderabad. A 2005 film, yeah, it's a starred question, well observed. This is a starred question. It's a 2005 film, you see the film poster, just name the film. It launched, obviously it's a humor film in which uses a lot of local dialect and flavor. So that's a film title to be answered. The question number is 8. Okay. The next question is 9. Sometimes called candy leaf. Its this plant's leaves make a natural sweetener and food additive, especially for the calorie conscious. Used in many countries. I mean, it's a part of a tradition in South America. Just tell us the common name, not the botanical name. How is this commonly, this plant, how do you commonly know it? It's used as a natural sweetener. Okay. 10. At the Filmfare Award ceremony in 2001, for a multiple winning film, that's a film that won several awards, a blockbuster hit with a double role and a debutante lead pair, the awards for Best Director, Best Actor, Best Male Debut and Best Music Director all went to people with the same surname. What surname? Filmfare Award, Hindi film. Yeah, Hindi. Yeah. You know, several of the award winners had the same surname, and all you have to do is give the surname. Question number 10. Question number 11. Take a look at the visual. These originated in 18th century Persia, which many people don't know it originated in Persia, as 2-inch wooden strips that are tied together with ribbons. Single-inch slats became popular in 1960s, and nowadays, you know, they are not of wood. They are not made of wood. They are mostly made of aluminium or PVC. Since it was popularized in France by freed slaves from a certain city, this anti-glare mechanism got associated with the city these slaves arrived from. Okay, I mean, people from a certain city came and popularized this kind of thing in France. So the French gave it a name which refers to the city those people came from. And that's how there is a city name which we use while referring to this thing. What common two-word name is given to this furnishing item? So if you've been to hardware stores, you'll know this. It's maybe you could have a disadvantage if you're still in school because your parents will take care of all these things for you. So that's question number 11. Question number 12. Okay. What is this apparatus in the picture commonly called? Early models of this go back to 1939, but the modern type goes back to 1958. So this one is like, you know, post 1960s looking thing. Its capacity is measured in hours. No, I'm reading the question out to you. Just take a look at the visual. I hope you can see that. How can I darken that for you?
The slide is yellowish, right?
Yeah, it's orange. No? Shall I change? No, but will it help? Can I do it with...
Do it later. Just read out the question.
Okay. This is an apparatus. It sort of started coming into use in 1939, but the modern versions are from around 1958, 1960. The capacity of this is measured in hours. Okay, so it's measured in time. What is the common name given to this apparatus? No, I read it out to you. One more time. Okay. This is an app. Yeah, okay. This is an apparatus. It started coming into use in 1939, but the modern versions are from 1958, 1960. Its capacity is measured in hours. Just tell us a common name for this apparatus. Okay. Okay. You don't have to give us a very technical name, just tell us a common name. Alright, I guess everyone's done? Okay, we'll move on to question number 13. The first cricketer to be awarded the Padma Bhushan and the first Indian player to be in the Wisden Honours, a big hitter, and also said to be the first Indian player to appear in an ad for a liver tonic. Name him. All of this is one guy, so you can imagine what a superstar he was. The first to be awarded the Padma Bhushan, the first to feature in Wisden Honours, the first to appear in an ad. Name this cricketer. That's question number 13. 14. Identify this much awarded 1936 film that took a hard look at assembly line production in factories. Yeah, 1936, much awarded film. That's question number 15. Name the Indian in this list from the first half of the 20th century. That is, this list belongs to 1901 to 1950 period. The names are Hans Fischer, Karl Landsteiner, Sinclair Lewis, Dash, Nathan Soderblom. So these are the names. The name left out is an Indian name. Just write the Indian name. Just write the Indian's name.
One dash?
One dash, as in one person.
So it can be two names, two parts of the name and all.
No, that's okay. As long as we know who you're talking about, it's fine. So this is obviously a set of names that belong together or go together. They have appeared in a very famous list. These are the other names on the list. Which Indian's name completes that list? As straightforward as that. Question number 15. Please keep track of the question numbers as well. 16. Amol Gupte and his wife Deepa Bhatia developed the story for Tare Zameen Par after reading the biography of a world famous film director and his struggles in childhood. That is, that film director's struggles in childhood. Whose biography inspired Amol Gupte and Deepa Bhatia to script Tare Zameen Par? Yeah? And I hope the phones are still not in use.
You need one person. It's just
Yeah, yeah. Just one person, a film personality who inspired the makers of Tare Zameen Par. Question 17 is, you can see a book cover by J.S. Iftekhar, and the name of the book is Urdu Poets and Writers. The question is, who's the first poet mentioned in this literary book which has a subtitle Gems of Deccan? You can figure this out, believe me, without being an expert. And that's why I included this question. So that was question 17, the first poet mentioned in this book. Question 18 is, who is the Bharat Ratna awardee who had hoisted the national flag in a Maidan in Mumbai, or I should say Bombay because it was 1942, during the start of the Quit India movement? The Quit India movement was announced in the Govalia Tank Maidan in Mumbai. The person who hoisted the flag was subsequently a Bharat Ratna awardee. This is also a starred question. Does anyone want hints for this one?
No.
Okay, it's a woman. At least it should help you there. So that's question number 18. Question number 19 is, name the instrument. Please take a look at the picture. Name the instrument that Mr. Kondappa plays. He's a recent Padma awardee from Telangana. So you can see he's holding a stringed instrument. It's a folk instrument. Exactly what is its name? Or for that matter, Eenadu. Or Siyasat. Anyway, any local newspaper. Okay, so that was question number 19. Okay, question number 20. who was the finance minister who first departed from the convention of presenting the budget in Parliament in New Delhi in the evening when it is noon in London. That is, the convention in India was that it had to be noon in London when you presented the budget. So you would start at 5:36 in the evening. So this guy said, why are we doing that? I mean, what has London time got to do with it? So he presented a budget for the first time in India in the forenoon. So who was this finance minister who broke from convention to present the budget in the forenoon? For many years this tradition had been in place already. So he's not one of the first 6, 7 guys. He's later. And think of someone with a certain personality. Because to take an initiative of this kind needs his own. Okay, so that was 20. I hope your numbering is tallying with the the question number and the answer number. 21. A flag bearer in the Asian Games, Lavlina Borgohain, is a gold medalist in the 75 kg category at World Boxing 2023. She is also an Arjuna awardee and an Olympic bronze medalist. As a participant in which combat sport was she spotted by a talent scout from the NIS Patiala, and she was then roped into the boxing squad? But she was not a boxer. She was actually taking part in another combat sport when she was spotted and recruited into the boxing squad, and she's had a spectacular career thereafter. Just tell us what was the combat sport she was in, or she may still be in, but her main game is boxing now. So all you have to do is think of what compatible, similar skills thing which can be an advantage for a boxer as well. So that's 21. Okay. This is Gazulu Lakshminarasu Chetty, was a wealthy and prominent 19th century trader who founded the Madras Native Association. He was then in Madras city, and he was also the president of that Madras Native Association. This G.L. Chetty, who's still remembered in Madras, in 1843 he successfully resisted attempts to introduce what book as a textbook in government schools in the Madras and Chengalpat districts. There was a proposal or a thing to introduce a certain book into the school curriculum in government schools in Madras and Chengalpat, and this gentleman, who was the head of the Madras Native Association, he led a opposition to it, and because of him that book could not be brought into the school general education curriculum. So just identify which book he did not wish to allow into the curriculum. 23. This one should be easy. Its performers are the Himmela, a musician group, and the Mumela, a dance and dialogue group. So there are two groups within this set of people on stage. One is this music people, and the other people are the dance and dialogue people. People are moving and talking and things like that, narrating. Name the rural theatre form that is performed traditionally in the late evening or even through the night, and its music and dance are associated with nature spirits, or sometimes the attendants of Kubera, the god of wealth. So what is this theatre form? Rural theatre form. All of this should tell you. But it's not obscure at all, that I can tell you. It's among the first 5 that will come to anybody's mind. Okay, so we go on to 24. Okay, this is an internet question, as we say. In mid-1971, Michael Hart, who is also considered the founder of the e-book, we all talk about e-pubs and e-books and things like that. He's considered the founder of the e-book. He initiated the famous book collection Project Gutenberg. I hope some of you have been using it. It's a great collection. He put into when he started this project Gutenberg, when he launched it, as perhaps a symbolic thing, he put into circulation the first book that he had digitized, which was a socially important document of non-fiction. So the first ever digitized work in Project Gutenberg was a socially relevant, socially significant work of non-fiction, whose name appeared as the author of that document. That's the question. On Project Gutenberg, the first ever digitized work to be put up, whose name was given as the author of that document? Take a really smart guess and you'll get it. Yeah, that's all. You don't have to tell us the name of the document, nothing. Just tell us who wrote it or who's cited as the author. Author, yeah. That's right. In other words, the first author name to appear in Project Gutenberg. As simple as that. And non-fiction. Okay, question 25. I hope you can see the visual. It will help you a little bit. There is a river in Guyana of this name. The longest river in Fiji also has this name. It's another name for a long river of central India, after which an erstwhile kingdom and also a town are named. It's a region that's famous for its wildlife. So what's this one name that is common to all of this? The visual has a oblique clue. If it matches to all of this. Because the question is on the left side. On the right side is a clue to help you. But don't tell me something that has...
See, you don't need the name of the river, official name of the river. Can we see the visual?
You read the question and write your answer. Yeah. So all this is just one name of a river. That's it. Number 26. From rivers to waterfalls. Near Cherrapunji, there is what you call a segmented waterfall, which is, kind of split up if you like. And it's geographically called the Mausmai waterfall. But there's a common expression used to refer to this particular waterfall. And what is that popular or colloquial name for this waterfall? And it's a phrase that you hear in that part of the world. Okay, so you can see how it looks, right? And the fact that there are these... okay, that's 26. 27, please take a good look at the picture. What piece of sporting equipment is this? The regulation says that it should have 12 holes. So what's this object? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay, chalega. I mean, I suppose the picture will give an idea of how it is to be used. So that's 27. 28. Magnus Carlsen, who I think is still the world champion, right? He's not? Oh, okay. Who was until recently the world champion. When he was asked this question, he gave the answer as the Thomas Crown affair. Okay, which was not the right answer. So, can you get the answer that Magnus Carlsen did not? And the question is, which is the highest ranked film in the IMDb, that's the International Movie Database, to feature a chess game? Yeah, that is which film that features a chess game has the highest rank on the IMDb? And if you can answer this, you've got an answer that Magnus Carlsen could not. And the film is not an obscure one, but it's a box office hit worldwide. Yeah, it's a box office hit worldwide. So, nothing obscure. Question number 29 coming up. This one absolutely had to be the question number 29. This is a faith that obtains its name from the 29 principles of morality and conduct articulated by its leader, and not, as some suppose, due to any attachment with the Trinity. So, which is this faith that gets its name from the 29 principles of conduct articulated by its leader, or faith or group or community? Just name. We'll move on to the last three questions of the prelim. About a dozen elements in the periodic table of elements begin with the letter C. Carbon, chlorine, cerium, cesium, copper, cadmium, etc. From among them, there are two which are named after people who were part of scientific advancement. Give us any one of those two. Yeah. Give us an element with the letter C which is named after a eminent person of science. There are two, you can name one of them. So that's question number 30. Please name the element. Don't tell us the name of the person. Write the element name. 31. This is a asana that is named after a creature. Okay. Either tell us which creature, or if you know the name of the asana, just write the name of the asana. Yeah. Take a good look at the picture. Figure out which animal is referred to. Or if you happen to know the name of the asana, just write it. The original name. Okay. The last question of the prelim. There is an annual award from the Association of Computing Machines, which is sometimes called the Nobel Prize in the field of computing. It honors an English mathematician who is hailed as a pioneer of modern computer science. What is this award called? What is this award called that is known as the Nobel Prize in the field of computing? The name of the award, yeah.
Tell them to write the team members' names or something in the paper.
Yeah, please write a team name and at least one of the members' names. Please write your team name, at least one of the names, if not all three. You want to rerun? I don't think we can. Okay. Okay. The first question is about the name of an app. The second question is an Asian country with coffee. The third is a National Film Award for Best Male Playback. The fourth is again an app's name, a social app. The fifth is a word in that outline of European dash, the one that refers to Lincoln Cathedral. Question number 6 was an Indian musical instrument. Question number 7 was about the film Oppenheimer. Which hero's name fills in the gap, fills in the blank. Question number 8 is that Hyderabadi film in 2005, that humor film. Question number 9 is that natural sweetener, that plant. Question number 10 is the family surname which won so many Filmfare Awards for a blockbuster film. Question number 11 is that furnishing item, right? That thing, वो जो खिड़की पर वो था. 12 was that apparatus, that thingy. 13 was that cricketer, right? The first to win all of that. 14 was that film. 15 is that Indian in that list. 16 is who inspired Thare Zameen Par. 17 is who was the first poet in that list of that book, Urdu writers and poets. 18 is who hoisted the flag, the Bharat Ratna awardee. 19 is that folk instrument from Telangana. 20 is that finance minister who presented the budget before noon. 21 is that combat sport, which Lavlina Buragahin, etc. 22 is that Lakshmi Narasimhulu Chetty, I think that was his name, or Lakshmi Narasu Chetty. He disallowed a certain book to be included in the school curriculum. So name that book. 23 is that rural theatre form, which has a musical component and a narration team, right? 24 is that social document, which was the first to be put up in Project Gutenberg. Who was its author? 25 is that river in Fiji, the river in Guyana, the river in Central India. 26 is that waterfall near Cherrapunji. 27 is that sporting equipment with 12 holes in it. 28 is that movie with the chess game. 29 is that community that follows 29 rules of conduct. 30 is name an element with C, which is named after a person. 31 is that yoga asana. You have to name the animal or give us the name of the asana. And 32 is what is the award known as the Nobel Prize in the field of computing. So that's question number 32. Please hand over your sheets right away. How many sheets are there?
We are still receiving.
ले लेंगे अभी.
For 10 minutes, we can tell them to get chai.
All the participants, there is tea available, so you can go and collect your free tea from the canteen.
Yakshagana. Yakshagana of Karnataka. And also some parts of Andhra as well.
मुझे नहीं आया, but teammate को आ गया.
Survival is correct. Survival not included as a general education curriculum. Correct answer. Muay Thai is right. Muay Thai. We will also accept Thai boxing or Thai kickboxing or even kickboxing. Kickboxing is accepted. Thai boxing, Muay Thai, all of them. That's right. Yashwant Sinha. Yashwant Sinha was the man who made the change. Gurravina is correct. Okay. If someone has Gurra instead of Gurravina, I'll give them half a point. वहाँ पे भी बता दो.
सरोज
Aruna Asaf Ali is absolutely right. Good answer. It's a start question. Aruna Asaf Ali. She was also famous for her role in that naval ratings mutiny, no?
1942.
Of Mumbai Harbour. The first poet in this book, this is Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah. If you think about it, it had to be. Right? It had to be. Hyderabad. Good guess, it's not Martin Scorsese. Not Kurosawa. Kurosawa is right. Akira Kurosawa. Akira Kurosawa is the answer for 16. There you are. Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman, Sir C.V. Raman is a list of 1930 Nobel Prize winners in various disciplines. Sinclair Lewis for literature. Carl Landsteiner is the guy who found blood groups. Physiology. Physics and chemistry. There was no economics back then. Modern times, Charlie Chaplin, straightforward. Colonel C.K. Naidu, you'll get points even if you get right Colonel. Black box, it is usually orange in color, but it's called the black box. Okay, we'll also give points for flight voice recorder or cockpit voice recorder and things like that. Yeah? Yeah. For black box, also give points for voice recorder, flight recorder. Venetian blinds, because the people from Venice popularized the idea in France, so it's a Venetian blind. Roshan, yes. Roshan, Rakesh Roshan, Rajesh Roshan. And the film was... that's right. Stevia is right. Good answer there. The Angrez is the film. Good answer there. Again, that's a start question. Prometheus, the triumphant tragedy of J. Robert Oppenheimer. Great film, I thought. Pakhavaj. The South Indian version is the Pakkavadya. Pakhavaj. Pakka is that a side and Avaj is all of that. So Pakhavaj. Straightforward. Architecture. A bicycle shed is a building. Lincoln Cathedral is a piece of architecture. Straightforward. Mastodon. That's right. That's why you have that ancient thing. Mahendra Kapoor. The song was Mere Desh Ki Dharti. Yeah, so that's why the evergreen hit. Mahendra Kapoor won the first National Film Award. Excellent answer. Vietnam. Vietnam is the world's second largest producer of coffee. And Napster. Napster is the music app which was shut down, I think, because was it Metallica or somebody, some bands fought them in court and all that, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, so the technology was taken over by Sony for. Okay. So those were the 32 questions. We'll have the results shortly. And do stay around for the finals. Maybe the questions get a little tougher, but there are lots more movie questions. And for those of you into theatre, there's theatre and dramatics as well. And pretty much most of it is from India. So there's no Europe or Hollywood really in this. You guys put the corrections team to a lot of hard work. the team that's topped the prelim is DRS Review, who are Devjit, Revant and Srihari. Then in no particular order, see, actually I've got the results for 5 and the 6th team is going through multiple, all the starred questions and all of that. Then the team comprising of Somak, Arunab and Latif, who haven't found a name, I think, they are in. Then Blood, Sweat and Tears are in. That's JK, Shivani and Rama. Then there's a team which calls itself Team Muaddib. And they are in as well. And there is a team comprising of Mohammad Hashmi and colleagues who again have not chosen a team name, and they are in as well. So we are waiting for one more team to be picked. It's a close tie between teams on stars. A very, very narrow miss for the team Blue Moon. They missed out extremely narrowly by a hair's breadth. And the team that managed to put it over them is a team that for some reason just calls itself Shubhakar. Acha, you are a solo participant. You want to take 2 members from the other team. Why don't you take 2 people from Blue Moon and form a team, since you all are so... So you figure out which 2 should join. Yeah, please, sort of club it together and... Yeah, is that fine with you? You're fine, okay. Let's do that. Okay, let's roll. In terms of seating, we are going to follow that what is called the infinite bounds system. So, that is, if team 4 answers a question, team 5 will get the next question. So your seating order is not particularly important, I think. So please feel free to arrange yourself in 2 arcs of 3, right? 6 teams. One. So let's have. Okay. So here we are. Compliments to all the teams who sat for the prelims, including those who have made it to the finals. So thanks everyone who took part and for all the great stuff, all the good answers you put in. Audience, don't exert any influence on the teams. This is standard instruction. Pay close attention when the audio or video is played, because we may not be able to repeat it. And, one word or one instrument may hold the answer, so you have to be able to catch that. Take it easy. It's a culture quiz and it's random, so it doesn't mean you are any greater or less than anyone else. Reading the question always is useful. Kya scene hai? There's a bunch of questions on the stage. There's infinite bounds, so at around halfway we reverse the direction, right? And the halfway is marked by a written set. And we also have a small written set before the quiz concludes. So there are 2 written sets in between. The second one is longer. I think it's 8 questions. Thanks for all the enthusiasm and have a nice time. Remember that answers always seem more obvious when one's in the audience. So that's there. Okay? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All good? Okay. Is everyone set? Okay, sure. Let's shoot. Thank you. I need it more than anyone else. Okay. Yeah. Do you need it a little more to the right? Chalega? Okay. So the first question is, like, you can say it's a geography question, but it's very guessable. There is a river that in southern Africa which flows into the Atlantic. It's fairly long. It's 2,500 kilometers. Now, someone gave it a name which honors a particular European royalty. As the name of the river is in honor of a European royalty. And this is a river which has a lot of diamonds in it. So what you have to do is to tell us the name of this river which starts in the mountains of Lesotho. So that's part one of the question. The second part of the question is, since we are talking about diamonds, on this river there's this boy, 15-year-old boy, who was playing in his backyard, and he found a 21-carat diamond, the first of its kind. And so that was the beginning of the diamond boom in southern Africa. So what name was given to this 21-carat diamond, which was this boy's unexpected and brilliant discovery, made on land, that too, not in the water, though he was near a riverbank? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are two parts to this question. One is the name of a river, the other is the name of a diamond. If you read the question carefully, you should be able to get at least one of them right, if not both. So let's start with team 1.
Orange. Cullinan diamond.
Okay, they said Orange River and Cullinan diamond. Team 2.
Yes, Orange River and Jacob's Diamond.
Excellent guess. They said Orange River and Jacob's diamond after that boy. 3.
Orange and the Hope Diamond.
Orange and the Hope diamond.
We'll say Orange and Serendipity.
Beautiful guess. Not the answer, but excellent guess. Orange and Serendipity, because he found it by sort of chance. So we 5, and we give them 10, no, for doing both. Yeah. Okay, so 5 points to team 1 and 10 points to team 5. Yeah. So the Orange River, because it's a house of Europe, the Dutch royalty are called the House of Orange. So the Orange River. And the name of the diamond was Eureka. Eureka diamond. Team 1, 5 and team 5, 10. Okay, on to question number 2, which goes to team 6. Okay, another question from Africa, and again to do with rivers. The Portuguese gold traders would, at a certain boundary, they would turn around their ship and start coming back. They wouldn't go beyond that, they'd start coming back. And so they geographically named that point or the boundary after a turn or a twist or a curve in Portuguese, right? Now, a 180-degree rotation or a reversal in policy, or a U-turn as you call it, is also known by a popular phrase that is taken from French. Now, these two parts of the question are related. The geographical feature in West Africa and the phrase we use, which comes from French, they are related. Etymologically they are related. They have to do with turning or curve, right? So, two things. Tell us what is the geographical feature in West Africa, which was named by the Portuguese. And 2, what is the phrase we use to mean that there is a reversal in policy? Yeah, reversal in policy. Those are the two parts of the question. Team 6, we are looking for your response. I'm glad to see that the teams are racking their wits over this one, so it's all the brain exercise. All right, team 6.
Team 6. Done. Okay, we're done.
Bolo. Wow. Team 1. No, never mind. 2.
We'll guess the Benin River and flip-flop.
Benin River and flip-flop. Okay.
It's Volt Fast and it's Upper Volta. I don't know.
We'll give you the points. It's a Volta River. Upper or lower is okay. The Volta River is right, and Volte Face or Volte Face if you like.
The next team.
No, they're right. 10 points to team 3. 10 points on this one.
Next goes to 5.
Volta means turn, as in revolt.
Good one.
On to team 4. Team 4, let me first show you a picture. take a good look at this picture, there are those steel towers that you see, right? And then you see that there is a sort of a weather vane to which there's a pipe, okay? So when the wind moves through it, it'll make you'll hear something, right? This whole thing, it's on the US West Coast. Now your question is, in the early 1980s, Douglas Hollis put up a dozen high steel towers, about 6.5 meters high. Each tower, there's a weather vane and there's a pipe that is attached, and these pipes can move in the wind. Okay, this whole thing is on the campus of a government marine exploration institute. Okay, and all you have to tell us is what has it famously given its name to, and two, what is the Malayali connect in this question? Okay. So the first part of the question is this: whatever you saw in this thing, it has given its name to. Very famously, it has given its name to something, and B. You want more? Move the question. Right.
We'll say wind chimes.
Okay. Team 5.
Quantico and pass on the second one.
Nice. Quantico and something. 6.
Second.
Pass on both.
1. Soundgarden.
And
Kim Anand Tail. He's at least 50% Malayali, I think. Or maybe he sounds half Korean, half Malayali, but anyway. So that's all the points to team 1. Question to team 2. Okay, you're going to see a clip, and the clip is going to describe or depict an important incident in a novel, which is a debut novel of a writer. In this novel, there's a guy called P. Augier who lives near the protagonist. He's not the hero, but he lives near the hero's house. And what he does is he goes to the local library and reads the books in alphabetical order. And by what term is this character referred? This P. Augier is called something which describes his, solo, individual pursuit of knowledge, right? So that's what this guy is doing, going to the library and reading on his own. And he's reading them in this strange alphabetical order, because of which he's called something in the book. So tell us two things. One, what novel are we talking about? And two, how is this character referred? Let's have the clip.
Human existence as its focus and purpose. In the climax of the novel, Hokoncha finds himself looking at a chestnut tree and is flabbergasted by the roots of it. He feels at one with the tree. A circle is not absurd. It is clearly explicable by the rotation of a segment of a straight line around one of its extremities. But a circle doesn't exist either. That root, on the other hand, existed insofar that I could not explain it. Naughty, inert, nameless, it fascinated me, filled my eyes, repeatedly brought me back to its own existence. Wokontar realized that the root first existed, and then he attributed an essence to it.
So that's the clip. You have to name the novel in which this incident is a central one. And the second part is that, how is that character called Augier referred, which refers to the way in which he goes to the library and does all that reading. Question to team 2. Okay, team 2.
Yes, 1984.
Okay. 3. They said 1984 and they said Webster. Did you? Okay. Okay. 3. Okay. 4.
For the second part, we'll say lone wolf.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say Ouroboros for the first one.
Okay. 5.
The second part will be Autue, A-U-T-E-U-R.
Okay. Nice guesses. Very nice guesses. All in the right territory.
Nausea and lone wolf. Nausea and lone wolf.
Okay. Team 1.
Tin drum and lone wolf.
Not the tin drum. Black trommel. No. It was audience.
Audience, autodidact.
Autodidact is absolutely right. The character is referred to as the autodidact. And the book, as these guys got it right, was 5 points to team 6. 5 points to team 6. The novel is Nausea. This is Jean-Paul Sartre. Okay, so question to team 1. In end 1991, in which country did a person get elected to continue as the president because he got a 98.7% verdict in his own favor? So obviously there was nobody else's votes to count. He remained in power for nearly 2 decades. Where did this happen? One.
You want the country?
Yeah. 2.
No, Libya.
And 3.
Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe.
4. This just goes to show that it happens in so many countries that it's a commonplace. Not Uganda. Not the Philippines.
Belarus and Lukashenko.
Not Belarus and Lukashenko.
Iraq.
Not Iraq.
Turkmenistan.
Not Turkmenistan. That's right. That's right. He's right. Praveen is right. It's Nur Sultan's. The country is. No. The country is. I think it's Kazakhstan. But you got the name right. Yeah. Yeah, it's Kazakhstan. Okay, so back to team 1. Okay, here again we have a video clip. There's a very well-known speaker who's talking about a book. So A, tell us who's talking. B, he's talking about a book, and when that book came out, it was so influential that in the very year it came out, the British Prime Minister introduced 2 taxes from that book, which were inspired by ideas in that book. One of the taxes was on manservants, and the other was on property sold in a particular manner. Right? So what was the second one about? And so on. You follow the clip.
My most favorite book of work being economist is Other Sixth Wealth of Nations. The most amazing thing about this book is, like a lot of other classics, people know very little about either Adam Smith or about this book. They think it's some kind of a free market freak, but reading this is a real great introduction to history, politics, geography, as well as economics, and I advise you, if you ever have time, to at least look into this book, because it is one of the great philosophical books of all time.
What are seconds next? You want the name of the guy?
Identify the speaker is the first part. The second part is that when, the Wealth of Nations, when it came out, the Parliament picked up 2 ideas immediately from it. Later they picked up more ideas, including the malt tax. But the first 2 ideas, first thing they did was they introduced a tax on manservants. The second tax was on property sold in a particular manner. What was the second? What is this particular manner?
The second one is capital gains tax.
Mm-hmm.
This one is Meghna Desai.
The second part is?
capital gains tax.
Sold in a particular manner. Something to do with how it is sold.
So can I take another guess?
Because I think you didn't get the...
No, I don't think we should try.
Okay. They said, I don't know what they said, but never mind.
Desai and like an inheritance tax.
Three.
Reverse mortgage and Lord Desai.
No, 4. Plus 10 to team 4 and plus 5 to team 1. Lord Meghnad Desai of the House of Lords, economist. He was talking about Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations. This was how the sale by auction also came under tax from Wealth of Nations. Well worked out.
My most fa-
Okay, this one is probably easy. Question to team 2, right? No. You answered it. A good answer. Yeah. Okay. When people organize opposition to things like power plants or wind farms in their vicinity, they complain that there'll be too much pollution, there'll be this and that and the other. They base it usually on proximity. That is, if it was farther away, they wouldn't have a problem, but they don't want it, don't get it this close to me kind of thing. So such folks are called NIMBYs, N-I-M-B-Y. What does NIMBY stand for? Not in my backyard is correct. 10 points straight away to team 5. Not in my backyard. So it's called NIMBYism. Question to team 6. Art question. He was born in Haiti and he left for the US to avoid getting conscripted into the French army. He would be, then he became, like Americanized. So he was described as an archetypal American who astonishingly combined in equal measure the virtues of George Washington, Daniel Boone, and Benjamin Franklin. And he was also called the nearest thing American art has had to a founding father. Who is this guy who acquired this amount of fame? Not Hamilton, no. See, he was born in Haiti. Though he did very spectacular work, he's remembered for in ornithology. Okay, as in study of birds. He did brilliant illustrations in his book, right? And so maybe more people think of him in zoology, life science, ornithology, and they don't remember that, hey, all that is painting, right? Now, once you start thinking of him as art, no, hold on. Yeah, okay, team 6. No. Audubon is right. John James Audubon. He authored this very famous thing called Birds of North America. It's a spectacular book called Birds of North America where every illustration is his own. And he had, how do you depict a bird within that space? All of that.
JK got the point.
Yeah. 10 points. Yeah, we'll give them. Or should we make that 5 because it was after the hint?
Hey, you can't retroactively do.
I'll sub after the hint. So should we make that 5? 5, not 10 because it was after a general hint. Okay. So this is the, his entire book was full of work of this quality. Okay, so the question is to team 2. Okay, so this is an archive clip from Doordarshan, so don't question me on the quality of it's a very old clip. The fact that it survives is something. So in this clip, you'll see a father and a daughter. You have to tell us either one of them, either the father or the daughter. And the second part of the question is, while the daughter had wide musical expertise, which instrument was the main basis of her fame? Okay, question is clear, right? Name either the father or the daughter. And Okay. So please follow the clip carefully. Yeah, I'll try and play it one more time. But this is as good as it gets. We'll go back to the question. Okay, question to team 2. You have teammates to help you with that. But what about the...
She was the sitar player. Her father was...
No, I didn't ask you what her father played. I asked you what...
name. Her musical instrument is sitar.
Okay. We pass it to team...
Annapurna Devi and sitar.
we pass on to team 4.
Annapurna Devi and Santur.
And Santur. Okay. 5.
Annapurna Devi and Veena.
6. Come on, 6.
Annapurna Devi, Sabu.
1.
Surbahar and Annapurna.
So they get plus 10 on that. I'll give these guys 2 points for having got onto the right track. They started by saying, 2 points. And I'll give them 5 points for answering the daughter correctly. The rest of you...
3.
Yeah, sorry. Team 3 gets 5. Team 2 has... Team 3 has 5. Team 2 has 2. Team 1 has 10. Those are the answers. Surbahar is right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is a photograph from the US and it shows, a couple of Americans, but the bikes, one bike is German and the other is a Japanese bike. The one in the foreground, closer to you, the one in the foreground, the bike in the foreground belonged to the person who took the picture. So which means the person who took the picture is not in the picture, but his friends are, right? I think this is a Yamaha and that's you can see the BMW logo, right? So those are 2 bikes, one Yamaha and one BMW. Just tell us who took this picture. One is so there's this guy and those are his friends. So his son, that is the guy who took the picture, his son is standing behind the baggage and those 2 are a couple who are his friends. Okay. Joe Biden. Okay. 3.
So this is from the book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. So the author of the book is Robert M. Kurzweil.
10 points. Great answer there. Very good answer. That's Robert Persig. That boy is Chris Persig. And the friends are the Sutherlands. Alice Sutherland and...
Sutherland. But Chris got murdered, right?
Yeah, in Los Angeles. Yeah. And the book, of course, is Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. So the Yamaha motorcycle is his. And the book discusses, what are the best ways to maintain either of or both of these bikes and things like that. So that's good points there. Question to team 4. Sorry, team 5. Question to team 5. So you're going to have a soundtrack. Please listen to it carefully. There are also some words in the soundtrack. And there's also a poster image. Please identify the film and tell us which other city than Hyderabad was it also shot in. Okay? Question to team 5. You have to name a film, you have to name a city.
The movie is called Davatesh. The other city is Lucknow.
Plus 10. And those are the stars who I believe found themselves in projects that took them repeatedly on visits to Lucknow. So they almost had a sort of mysterious link. Okay. Pay extra attention to this particular one, definitely. There is an inadvertent error, right? There's an inadvertent error in this clip. It features a very well-known film personality. Now, this film personality is talking about one psychiatrist. And this psychiatrist had played a role. He had gone to another country and worked there as a medical, as a psychiatrist, so to speak. And he was also active politically in that country. So he became so close to that country he was working in, and he became so involved in it that they wanted him to be their ambassador to Ghana and all of that, right? So he's talking about one psychiatrist. So you have to tell us two things. Tell us who is speaking, the guy in the bookstore, and tell us in which country did this psychiatrist take so much of interest? The psychiatrist that this guy is talking about. A slightly involved question, but is the speaker who is talking about all this.
The speaker is not the psychiatrist.
No, he's not.
But there was a time when I read a book, and it's lying right here. This is a book written by a man called Franz Kafka. And he wrote a book called The Wretched of the Earth, right here, in the bookshop of George that I used to visit many, many years ago, in the early 70s. This book actually changed the way I saw literature. And Franz Fanon.
Sorry, I made an error in the process. The first part of the question is identify the error, not the speaker. Sorry, I made a mistake there. Identify the mistake in this clip. And second part is which country did this psychiatrist do all whatever he did. So we'll go back to the earlier slide. Yeah, catch the inadvertent error in this bookstore clip. And yeah, okay.
But there was a time when I read a book, and it's lying right here. This is a book written by a man called Franz Kafka. And he wrote a book called The Wretched of the Earth, right here, in the bookshop of George that I used to visit many, many years ago, in the early 70s. This book actually changed the way I saw literature. And Franz Fanon.
So you have to tell us basically, okay, what was the mistake in the clip, and B, which country did Franz Fanon make such a big name in, and which is also the subject of his book, The Wretched of the Earth. No, they wanted him, they liked him so much, they wanted him to be the ambassador to Ghana. No, he wasn't born there, he was a Caribbean guy. No, I don't. So this Caribbean guy goes and works in some country and becomes so involved, he becomes a hero to them, and they want to he's not a native, but they want him to be the ambassador to Ghana, right? So you get all, that's the story. Okay. Chalo.
The error is Franz Kafka and Franz Fanon. He mentions Kafka, but it's actually Fanon. And the country is Bangladesh.
Bangladesh wanted him to be their ambassador to Ghana. I don't think Bangladesh would have worried so much about Ghana. Anyway.
So, Franz Kafka is the mistake. So said Kafka and then said... And this could be the Biafran independence thing in Nigeria.
Yeah, okay, I get you. But Biafra didn't become a country eventually, whereas, one is talking about a country that became independent.
We'll stick with Mr. Franz Kafka and we'll say Tanzania is a country. Tanzania is a country.
Tanzania.
Franz Kafka was instead of Franz Fanon, and
5, 4, sorry.
We'll say Ivory Coast and Franz Kafka versus Fanon.
Okay, 5.
Yeah, so he mistook Kafka for Fanon for Kafka, and he was in Algeria, I think.
Plus 10. And you guys were the first to come up with the Kafka-Fanon mix-up. So you get 5. So 5 to team 6 and 10 to team 5. Yeah? Algeria was the country in question, and Franz Fanon became a hero for Algerian independence, etc. And yeah, he meant to say out of habit, when he said France, the word Kafka came to his lips rather than Fanon, and all of that. Said Mirza, the famous film director. Yeah, so that was question number. So okay. This is, you see a picture of a person. Jews in occupied France in 1940 onwards, they had to register at police stations because they were being tracked. So this man went to the police station and he filled out the form and he said the following: academic, philosopher, Nobel Prize winner, Jew. In other words, he put 3 things about himself before he said, well, I am Jewish, but he put 3 things down before he wrote Jew. So who was this person who's depicted? Yeah. Does anyone want clues? If you think it's a question on the tougher side, I'll give you a clue. Okay. He's very famous for a debate by invitation where Albert Einstein came to Paris, and in Sorbonne or one of those halls or whatever they have, he and this man had a debate on time, because his theory about time was the most famous until Einstein came onto the scene. So that's a kind of stature he's had. His concepts were about duration. He's talking about duration, which is his take on time, on the phenomenon of time. Okay, 6.
Laplace?
No. 1. I think we are running short on time. We'll have to speed up. 2. Not Dirac. Good guess. 3. Not Fermi. 4. Not Escher. 5. Good guess. Not Mitterrand. I know there are many famous Mitterands. Okay. All right. Audience. Poincaré is a lovely guess, but this is someone else. Not Bohr. This is Henri Bergson. 1927 Nobel Prize for his rich ideas and brilliant skill of presentation. Okay. This is a film. You have to name a Telugu film which had Chiranjeevi in the title role. And you've also got to tell us a Hollywood film which inspired it. The Hollywood film is about one Prince of Zamunda who comes to New York. And the story for this film was created by the lead actor of the Hollywood film. So name 2 films. One Telugu film and second Hollywood film.
ಗಗನ ಕಿರಣ ಗಮನವಿದೆ ಭುವನ ಭವನ ಚಲನವಿದೆ ಚಲಿತ ಲಲಿತ ಕದನವಿದೆ ಜತಿನಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೋ
I don't think you can see this in the cinema of any other country in the world. But there it is. Whose question? Okay. Name the film in which Chiranjeevi plays the title role, which means obviously it's the name of a person, that's why. And B, what is the Hollywood film on which it is based? Okay, team 1.
Second one is a movie called Coming to America.
And the first part is?
Butta Mestri.
Okay, we'll have to go much faster, all right, because we are barely through.
First is mechanical ludo, and second one is coming to America.
Vijayana and coming to America.
4,
Coming to America, I think movie is challenge.
5.
Before my time and before my time.
Okay, 6. How you answered? Audience? Raja Vikramarka is absolutely right and Coming to America is right. So they get 5 points. Team 1 gets 5 points. Yes, audience, Praveen gets points. And Eddie Murphy wrote the story for the Hollywood film. Okay, let's be quicker now. Team 2. There's a fusion track. Name the composer and tell us which band's track he's rendering, right? I mean, he's playing the music of a very famous band. Whose music is he playing? Okay, shoot.
Say Ananda Shankar for the composer and Guns N' Roses for the band.
Okay, they said Ananda Shankar and Guns N' Roses.
John Lennon and Beatles.
4.
We'll say Anushka Shankar and the Beatles.
Okay, 5.
For the band we're going Mahavishnu Orchestra.
6.
Jackson 5 and Pandit Ravi.
And Ravi Shankar. Okay.
John McLaughlin and Beatles.
5 points to team 2. Ananda Shankar is right, the son of Uday Shankar. No, it's not. That's a different track. Anyone for the band who they were playing? Not the Doors. The Doors is a different one. This is, yes, the Rolling Stones. This is Jumping Jack Flash. Oh, later. No, you said Guns N' Roses. Okay, so this is the Rolling Stones and the track they were playing is Jumping Jack Flash and Ananda Shankar. Question to team 3. Okay, team 3, you'll see a creative medley. What you have to tell us is, name the music director of the song this group is singing, the original music director. And B, you know, there's a bunch of people singing in this medley. Which city are they from? Two things. Name the music director of the song and which city is that whole bunch of talent from?
City is Shillong and the music director is
Shall I pass you?
one second. Boman Irani. We'll say music director is Ram Sampath and location is Shillong.
The city is Boston, we think.
Mm-hmm.
Music director, no idea on the music.
R.D. Burman and Shillong.
SP Burman and Shillong.
5 points to team 3 and 10 points to team 2. That was a Guru Dutt film. Yeah. And I don't think Boman Irani was doing anything in Guru Dutt's time. All right, question to team 3. 3, your question is, you're going to see a music track You have to tell us which composer's music was kind of inspired or borrowed or pirated or whatever you call it. Okay? This music lifts from a well-known keyboardist and composer's work. Name that guy. And 2, this film was, among the places it was shot in is a city called Otago. Tell us, or a province, or tell us which country that is in. Remember, the music is more important than the visual. Okay. Name the composer whose work, thank you, inspired the music for this film. And 2, where is Otago where some of this was shot? No, they copied or lifted music from a keyboardist and composer's work. Who did they lift music from? From whom some of this keyboard stuff was ripped. And the second part you said was? Okay.
We'll say Vangelis for the first part. We'll say New Zealand.
Plus 10 and 5 points to team 3 and 10 points to team 4. That's correct? That was all from Vangelis and New Zealand. The film is Kahona Pyar Hai. Okay. Question to team 5. Winner of the Nari Shakti Puraskar Award in 2016, Kamar Dagar she comes from a famed musician family and has a degree in sociology. In which specific art form has she exhibited in India and abroad, and in which she is considered an eminent exponent? All right, team 5. Team 6. Drupad. Okay. A. Not Dastangui. Good guess. 2. Not Khayal. 3. 4. Not Kavali. 5 was your audience. Calligraphy. Yeah, nobody got it. Okay. Please have your paper and pen ready. Audience, don't say anything that can be heard by the teams. Okay, I'm going to show you a slide. We have to speed up since we are just about at halfway. Okay, guys, you have about 42 seconds from the time the slide comes on. Be quick. Okay, there's 7 seconds left. Okay, time up. Please exchange your sheets quickly. Everyone exchanged? Audience will give out the answers for this. Name the seaside resort in Iran that has been famous since 1971 for initiating global measures to protect the habitat of waterfowl. Ramsar is right. That's why it's called the Ramsar Convention. 5 points for everyone who got that right. Did most of you get it right? Sorry. Ramsar is not something else. Second, which large island country is the only one with more linguistic diversity than India? Papua New Guinea is Papua New Guinea is the one with all of this. It said it's about 60 dialects more than India. The third, the first non-Soviet, non-American person to go into space went on the Soyuz 28. Which country was he from?
India.
The answer is Czechoslovakia. These are the answers. If everyone's got their... okay, team 1, how many did you have?
10 points.
10 to team 1. Team 2, 10. Team 2 also got 10. 3. Don't underestimate yourself. Okay. 5 points to team 3. 0 points to team 4. 5 points to team 5. And 0 points to team 6. Okay, so that was the... we'll have to go much faster from here on. Yeah, we go back now. Team 6, Vaishali Bisht is a Hyderabad-based actor, director and stage producer who plays the instructor running a cookery school in a Hindi web crime comedy series. Name the series.
She was here yesterday.
So there you are. Yeah. Killer Soup is correct. Plus 10 to team 6. That's right. Okay, team 5. A bit of an intellectual question. We frame society's rules more fairly when we don't know what position we ourselves will occupy in that society. Right? In other words, if you thought that you were going to be a bus driver, you would design a world that was where bus drivers were like really extremely important. But if you didn't know who you were going to be, then you would have to be more fairer because you don't know which role you might land up in. That's the basic idea. So having no information about our status, our decisions can be unbiased and free of egotism. Right? What is this concept called? And identify its proponent, you know, the guy who popularized this idea, who is spoofed in this cartoon. Okay, basically it's the same idea that is being explained.
This is to team 5?
Team 5. Can you see the picture? Okay. Yeah, you don't need every word in the cartoon. That's the general idea. Okay, team 5, tell us 2 things. What is such a concept called? And 2, who's the subject of the spoof?
This is like, this is those memes about please don't let me be born in that country, wale.
Okay.
And the proponent is, we'll pass it.
Okay. No, it's this way. It's reverse swing, yeah.
We'll say the above concept is called being outside the fourth wall.
Mm-hmm.
And the proponent, Penman.
Okay. 3.
Theodore Adorno.
Nice. Lovely guess, but go on.
And the proponent, the concept is locus of control.
No. Nice thoughts though. 2.
Non-perspectivism and proponent maybe Spivak or
Not Spivak Chakraborty. No.
The proponent is John Rawls. The concept, I think, is called the original position.
Plus 10. Lovely answer there. Lovely answer. It's called the veil of ignorance, meaning you don't know what position you might get, therefore you will be fairer. So that's a veil of ignorance, and it's John Rawls, also known as the original position. Very good answer from team 1 on that. Question to team 6. Yeah, it's going around, no? Yeah, going around. We are going anti-clockwise. Yeah, reverse swing. Birubala Rabha is an activist from Assam who has won the Padma Shri. She was instrumental in the Assam government passing a strict law in 2015 against a social evil, which she has been combating through her mission Birubala. She has also opposed quacks and their claims, because she herself has faced it. I mean, she had to take her child for treatment and all of that. So what is her crusade against? which is the subject of that 2015 legislation in Assam. Her crusade, yeah. In other words, she's against a certain social evil, if you like, and against which the government has passed a strict law in 2015. So, what is the subject of this law? Explain further. Plus 10. Say it. Plus 10. Yeah. 10 plus 10 to team 6. Yes, this is about what is known as witch hunting. Yeah. Question to team 5. Team 5, this, the indoor game, which most likely originated in India actually among the British troops. And while an obvious name for it caught on, the term ping pong was also popularized by some companies. Okay, but there was a third name for it besides ping pong and the obvious. There was a third name which is based on that sound, which is no more used so much. You have to tell us what was that other third name, and to identify the, the paddler in the picture.
So for the other name, we'll go for Whip and the paddler is
Monica
Monica.
Batra. Okay.
We'll say TikTok and Monica Batra.
TikTok and Sarvita Vish. Vifwaf and Shrija Akula.
5 points to you for saying Whiff Waff and 10 points to team 2. I thought more of you would know the paddler. Okay. So, yeah, team 1. Nasdaq was the first stock exchange to apply sophisticated telecom systems in a network to trade millions of securities on a daily basis. It opened in 1971. If NA is for National Association, what does AQ stand for in Nasdaq? Okay, shoot.
Automated quotes.
We'll give that to you. Plus 10. It's automated quotation system. That's what it is. Automated quotation system is why it's called NASDAQ, National Association of Securities Dealers and Automated Quotations. That's NASDAQ. Good answer. Team 6. Team 6 in 1968, you'll remember that famous photograph of John Carlos and Tommy Smith, right? Standing with that glove on their fists. In the medals podium, right? You remember that famous photograph. When that happened, parallelly in another event, a gold medalist, he walked around with a miniature US flag after winning against Ioannis Chepoulis of the Soviet Union. And he was criticized as, having done something so different from Smith and Carlos. But later Carlos said, look, he did what he did, we did what we did. Nobody was right or wrong. So he didn't. So who was this famous sportsman who did this walking around with a flag? Who was a gold medalist in 1968 Olympics representing US. All right, team 6, 5, plus 10. That's right, the famous boxer George Foreman. Good answer from team 5. Question to team 4. The 1970 Pulitzer Prize for General Non-Fiction went to a psychoanalyst. So this is the other question on psychiatry and psychoanalysis and all that. Went to a psychoanalyst for a study of Mahatma Gandhi, which explored how Gandhi succeeded in mobilizing the Indian people, both spiritually and politically. Just name the author or the psychoanalyst who won a Pulitzer. Pulitzer-winning psychoanalyst who wrote a study of Gandhi. Team 4. Not Daniel Kahneman. Good guess. 3, 2. No. 1. Not that Ahmedabad guy, if that's the name you're trying to recall. Sudhir Kakkar. It's not him. See, my recall is not so bad. 6. Okay, audience. Not Ashish Nandi. This is Erik Erikson. Erik Erikson wrote the book Gandhi's Truth on the origins of militant non-violence. Okay, question to team 4. It's the name of a gully in near Swansea. Okay, and this place called Lunel is not famous for anything, except that Dylan Thomas was supposed to have lived nearby. But when cars had just come in, automobiles and roads were not so good. The roads had not evolved, but the cars had come in. So there used to, the Davies brothers who lived there, they used to supply an item to passing motorists, right? And so that item took the name of this lane where they lived. This Davies brothers used to run their shop, and they used to supply this item to passing motorists. So what is that word which we use even today?
We'll say this is Stepney.
Plus 10. Team 4, good answer. It's a Stepney, because they lived in Stepney Lane in Wales, and the motorists needed a readily fitted wheel. Okay, team 3. This is a popular advertising line which has come to stand for perseverance and the ability to absorb stress and still keep functioning. What are the 2 words that have been blanked out? Timex. It takes a dash and keeps on dash. Three.
It takes a beating and it keeps on ticking.
Okay.
It takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Yeah, so I'll give them 5 and give you 10. Yeah, it takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Wait, I don't think we should pause now. Okay. The next question is to team 1. He was the son of an ordinary soldier and born in 1790. Ibrahim went to a religious school where the teacher, Hafiz Ghulam Rasool, used to write poetry under the name Shauk. Inspired, young Ibrahim took to poetry in a big way. So much so that he made a name, and Shafi Inamdar played him in a television serial. 2 questions. A, what was the pen name suggested by his mentor that, the young poet Ibrahim became famous? So what was the pen name? And B, who directed the television serial which was centered around a more famous poet of Ibrahim's times? So 2 things we need. A pen name that SM Ibrahim took up, and B, who directed the TV serial in which Shafi Inamdar played SM Ibrahim?
First one, Mir Taki Mir.
Okay, and the second part?
Second part, Sham Benegal.
Okay, they said Mir Taki Mir and Sham Benegal. Team 6.
What they said for the first part.
Mir Taki Mir. Mir and? Who directed the TV serial? Okay, Ashutosh Gowarikar. Okay.
Mir Taki Mir and Gulzar.
We had the same.
Okay, you answered, right? Audience? Gulzar is right, and the pen name? Inspired by his mentor, or suggested by his mentor. His mentor's pen name was Shauk. Zok. And Gulzar. So you get 5 points. Team 3 gets 5 points. No one else gets anything. Team 3 gets 5 points on that. The serial was, of course, Mirza Ghalib, who was Zog's contemporary, right? Yeah, audience again. Kevin needs some.
Yeah. And lunch free.
Okay, question to team 2. There was this 15th century devotional lyricist whose wife, Timmaka, is considered to be the first Telugu poetess and wrote Subhadra Kalyanamu. And so that's for the first part of the question is who was Timmaka's husband, who was a very famous lyricist, and B, who played this composer in a national award winning biopic made in 1997 in Telugu. Their question. 2. Okay.
We'll guess Annamacharya for the first part, and Kamal Haasan for the second part.
Okay.
Annamacharya for the first part, Nagarjuna for the second.
Oh, sorry, I didn't play the clip. I think this song was a big hit on YouTube when the children sang, right? So 5 points to team 2 and 10 to team 1. Keeravani won the award for music direction. Nagarjuna played the title role. Annamacharya. Question to team 6. Team 6, it's a play that became famous when actor and theatre director Om Shivpuri produced it on stage in 1967. Alik Padamsi in Bombay and Alkazi in Delhi's Purana Kila produced their successful versions in 1970 and 1974 respectively. So what you have to tell us is A, in what language was the play written originally in 1964, and who wrote the play? Who wrote this play that has been staged in several languages since then, including in English? So basically, who's the playwright and what language did that playwright originally write the play in? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the playwright is? Okay. No, they didn't say anything. Okay. The playwright. Plus 10. It is the place Tughlaq, basically, of which many versions have been made. Playwright is Girish Karnad and the original language of writing is Kannada. Though Om Shivpuri's presentation of it is the one that shot the play into fame and led to many more renditions and all of that. Okay. Question to team 1. Please watch this clip from a performance. The question follows.
Nirupani or something. Chalega.
I'm the hotel manager, the captain of the ship. Mr. and Mrs. Hedges has given me the slip. My wedding suit and wheelchair have made me lots of money, and now I own this hotel and my friend you work for me.
Formed in the mid-1950s by Yamuna and Gayatri Krishnaswamy under the auspices of the British Council, it is India's oldest theatre group in English. In the 1960s, Girish Karnad had worked with this group. What are they called?
Shakespeare Bala.
Nice guess. Team 6. 5. 4. East India Dramatics. 3. 2.
Young artists. Young artists.
Young artists. Okay. Audience. Absolutely right. That's right. The Madras Players is the answer. Good answer there. Okay. Question to team 1. There is a popular name for this structure that was built around 1830, and that name is because the location it is in gets its name from an old anicut, those irrigation things, and the water nearby flowed cleanly like a sheet. Okay, so that's about this structure. Now, this structure also had another name after the military engineer, a lieutenant colonel who supervised it, who a couple of decades later went on to become the chairman of the East India Company. Okay, and then in the 1970s, it was rebuilt. After 140 years, it was rebuilt because it had got damaged. Give us both the names of this structure. Of this, the name by which it is very commonly known, and the name of the earlier name when the British were here. It had another name which was after that military engineer.
So the military engineer is Cotton. Arthur Cotton. This is the Dhabaleshwaram anicut. So laminar flow is...
Okay. Team 6.
Dhabaleshwaram Barrage and Sir Arthur Cotton.
That's exactly what he said. If that was the case, he would have got the points, no? No.
Flowing cleanly like a sheet is like Mosi
Ah.
and
Prakasham Barrage and Musi? I think you're kind of straying. Not Osman Sagar, no.
We thought of Yes, Chadarghat Bridge and Arthur Cotton.
Okay, and you? Did you answer? Okay, so they... No. They get 5 points. It is the Chadarghat Bridge, obviously, because it's Chadar, no? And the other answer is... What was the other earlier name for the Chadarghat Bridge? Oliphant Bridge. James Oliphant later became chairman of the East India Company, so it was called the Oliphant Bridge. And yeah, Chadar is the way all of that. Yeah. Okay, this is a song that featured in a unique film and a famous film of the mid-70s. You have to identify the voice who's singing, and B, which well-known organization featured this song in their advertising. That question goes, obviously, I was in too much of a hurry. That was Preeti Sagar, and the film was for Amul Cooperative. Okay, so here's another clip. Identify the singer who's singing with Pankaj Udas. That's the first part. The second part is, this whole musical journey started with Pankaj Udas's father learning a stringed instrument from Ustad Abdul Karim Khan, the Kairana Gharana. Which instrument did he pick up or start learning? Okay. No. It's to do with Pankaj Udas's life. So this is a Pankaj Udas tribute question. Tell us who was singing with Pankaj Udas in this, and what was the instrument that Pankaj Udas's father learned from Ustad Abdul Karim Khan?
Sarangi for the instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Parveen Sultana for the singer.
Okay. Team 6. And? Okay. They get 5 points for Kavita Krishnamurthy, and the instrument, not the rabab. Okay, let's very quickly do this. You write the answers to all of this in one go and give it to us. We have another. Hold on. There are two real people who are shown in an imaginary discussion, as in they could not have met, but had they met, they would have talked like this. So just tell us who are these two real people who are subject of this cartoon. Okay, let me try and read some of it for you. It says, one must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. And another person is saying, if you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. Then this guy says, he who seeks to deceive will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived. I always appear weak when I am strong and strong when I am weak. So these are the kinds of things that they're talking about. There are two people. Write down the two names of the people in the conversation. We won't worry about spellings as long as you're more or less there. Okay? It's getting very complicated now. Okay. Next question is, you can see an artist's creation on art paper. There's a Shiva temple that was commissioned by Pulakesi I in the 6th century. It gets its name from the confluence of two rivers. One of them is the Tungabhadra near Alampur or Hemalapuram. In 1979, when the Srisailam Dam was constructed, it was, this temple was shifted to the Navabrahma complex, which you see in the picture. So, first part of the question is, by what name is the deity in this very old temple known? And it gets its name from the fact that it's at the confluence of the two rivers, right? And B, what's the headquarters of the district it is located in, which has a product variant or a product style named after it? A product, what should I say? A product style, a product variant is named after this town, which is the headquarters of the district. Name that. Basically, it's a town. It's a name of a town, and the town has a certain product variant named after it, right? So tell us both name of the deity and this thing. Okay, next, Chalam, who's basically G. Venkatachalam, the well-known writer. He compared two poets and lyricists in the following manner. I'm calling them A and B, so you have to identify A and B. While A made his anguish known to the whole world, B spoke in his voice about the anguish of the world. A's pain was the pain of the world, while the world's pain became B's pain. Okay? Now, A is famous for his Telugu translation of the Tirupavai devotional songs from Tamil and also for many films. B won a National Film Award for his lyrics for Alluri Sita Ramaraju. So, identify these two lyricists and poets, A and B. You've got both, right? Good. It's one somewhat serious literature question. Basically, he was contrasting two very successful film personalities and poets. So you have to give us two names. Okay. The third, this question is a clip. Ramu Ramanathan is speaking about someone. Who is he talking about? And B, the person he's talking about, he won several Filmfare Awards and he won Best Screenplay for a film that featured Om Puri and Amrish Puri. And that film was made by a debutante director. Name that director. There's a file. Acha, no, let's skip this one because okay, we've got 3 questions down, right? Okay, let's forget about this one. Let's exchange sheets.
3 questions on that.
Let's exchange sheets. Yeah.
This one was old scrap.
No, never mind. No, because the audio wasn't playing, no?
That's only half the question.
You want to do that? You want to give part B? No, I don't think. No, you can't scrap. No, you can't scrap half a question. It's all right. Never mind. Exchange. Okay. No. I have 2 more questions. So let's do this very quickly and we'll conclude.
You exchange the sheet?
Yeah.
Who are the 2 people in the conversation? Sun Tzu of the Art of War and Machiavelli of the Prince. Half and half, 5 and 5. So if you have one of the names right, you have 5 points. If you have both right, you have 10 points. That's Sun Tzu and Niccolo Machiavelli. Sangameshwara, because it's at the Sangam of Tungabhadra, and Gadwal is right. Gadwal is the town and No. You were asked to name a place, not the product. No. Only Gadwal, nothing else. If you wrote Jogulamba Gadwal, that might be accepted because that's a district, though it's not the capital. Sangameshwara. Sangameshwara because it's Sangam, no? That's the logic of the question. Sri Sri is B and A is Devulapalli Krishna Shastri is right and Sri Sri. Those are the 2 poets. So that's okay. Never mind. No, Govind Nihalani. The last was Govind Nihalani, by the way. And that was Tendulkar he was talking about. Vijay Tendulkar. But that, never mind that. Let's have the scores on let's update the scores on this scoreboard. You are updating it. Team 1, how many did you get? 20. Team 2, 15. Team 3, 10. Team 4, 10. Team 5, 5. Team 6. Acha, Team 5 got 10. Team 5 got 10. Team 6 got 10. Okay? So that's good. I think we are fine. Those are the answers. And this is the one that we didn't use. That film was Akrosh and Nihalani. Okay, where are we in terms of question? Who does the question go to?
I think last question was theirs.
You answered it.
Just go back. They answered. Just go back and see. They answered the Kannada question.
Kannada was the last, I think. Yeah, okay. Who answered? Kavita Krishnamurthy? Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Team 5. Yeah. I think it's a penultimate question. An American composer for his album The Call of Spring requested permission from another composer to use a melody. And that guy said, okay, go ahead. From the tune, identify the musical creditor. That is the guy who said, okay, go ahead, use my tune. Okay, identify.
that.
All right, so team 5, John Lennon. Okay, 4.
This is like from the Lion King. That's the track.
Uh-huh.
We don't know the person's name.
Okay, 3. Not Paul McCartney. Louis Armstrong, nice guess.
O.P. Nair.
O.P. Nair is correct. Plus 10 to team 1. It's O.P. Nair. It's that Pukarta Chala, all of that. From the film Mere Sanam. Mere Sanam itself was based on a Hollywood film called Come September. Good answer there. That's O.P. Nair. Okay, the question to team 6. Let's see who has the last word in the final question of Makaanix 101, the 2024 edition. In the late 1930s, a word came into wide corporate parlance, a Japanese term from their words for wealth and a small group or coterie. The word can seem very topical these days. Identify this word. Yeah, Japanese word, which has come into business circles. Team 6.
I can switch on the light now.
Team 6. Great, but you're absolutely on the right track, but that's not the word. They said cartel. Plus 10. Plus 10 to team 4. Zaibatsu. Zai means wealth and Batsu is a small group or a coterie. Because, mega corporations becoming very influential. Thanks a ton. Thank you for sitting through this. I hope you liked some of it. And you were able to take away something from it.
Wait. The fat lady is singing first. Okay. We didn't do this in the beginning because it just began. But, it was one of my dreams to have Bala here at Lamakaan and do a quiz here. Okay, for old time's sake and for sake of Lamakaan. So I'm really glad that he's here. What a big honor for us. And it's been, it's been multiplied over because our friend Mahesh here. Mahesh, will you please stand up? Mahesh. As usual, he's slacking up there. Hi. Yeah. And Bala, this is a token for you. And thank you so much. We will have the results here in a little bit. And immediately after this, Professor Suleiman Siddiqui's lecture starts, which will be about, guys want to hang around. We also have Vidya Rao coming in and performing Thumri, one of India's top Thumri exponents as well as an expert. And she will take stage at 8 p.m. Okay, so thank you for coming here once more, and we'll just wait for the results to come in. The results on? All right. Bala, please do the honors.
Team 6, 45 points. Team 3, 50. Team 4, 60. Team 5, 70. Team 2, 82. And Team 1, the numerino, 110 points. Yeah. Great. First and second, all the three. Three. For all the three. Be careful, the glass.